Welcome to History Explained, where we illuminate the past to better understand our present. I'm your guide to your daily journey through the past to empower the future. Today is Thursday, July 31st, 2025. As we do every Thursday, we're exploring a fascinating cultural practice from history that continues to influence our world. Today, we turn our attention to Viking burial traditions, the complex funeral practices of medieval Scandinavian societies that reflected their beliefs about death, honor, and the afterlife. These elaborate ceremonies reveal how the Vikings understood social status, spiritual destiny, and the transition between life and death. What makes Viking burial traditions particularly significant is how they combined practical concerns with spiritual beliefs, creating rituals that reinforced social hierarchies while preparing the deceased for their journey to the afterlife. These practices provide unique insights into Viking worldview and values. So let's explore these fascinating traditions, examining the different types of Viking burials, their religious significance, and what archaeological discoveries have revealed about this warrior culture's approach to death and honor. Viking burial practices varied significantly based on social status, regional customs, and historical period. The most famous burials involved elaborate ship graves, where the deceased was placed in a vessel along with grave goods, weapons, and sometimes sacrificed animals or humans. The ship burial tradition reflected the Vikings' intimate relationship with the sea and their belief that the deceased needed transportation to reach the afterlife. Archaeological sites like Sutton Hoo in England and Oseberg in Norway have revealed the incredible wealth and craftsmanship that accompanied high-status Viking burials. However, ship burials were reserved for the elite. Most Vikings received simpler interments, often in wooden coffins or stone-lined graves, accompanied by personal possessions that reflected their occupation and social position. Farmers might be buried with agricultural tools, while warriors received weapons and armor. The grave goods placed with the deceased served multiple purposes. They demonstrated the dead person's status and achievements while providing necessary items for the afterlife journey. Vikings believed the deceased would need these objects in Valhalla or other realms of the dead. Cremation was also common among Vikings, particularly in earlier periods. The burning of bodies was thought to release the spirit and speed its journey to the afterlife. Some cremations involved elaborate funeral pyres, while others were simpler affairs followed by burial of the ashes. The concept of Valhalla, the hall of the slain ruled by Odin, profoundly influenced Viking burial practices. Warriors who died honorably in battle were believed to be chosen by Valkyries to join Odin's army, preparing for the final battle of Ragnarok. Archaeological evidence suggests that Viking burial practices evolved over time, influenced by contact with other cultures and the gradual conversion to Christianity. Earlier pagan burials were gradually replaced by Christian customs, though some Viking elements persisted for centuries. Women's burials often included jewelry, household items, and sometimes weaving tools, reflecting their important roles in Viking society as household managers and textile producers. High-status women might be buried with elaborate brooches, amber beads, and imported luxury goods. The famous account by Arab traveler Ahmad ibn Fadlan describes a Rus burial ceremony he witnessed on the Volga River, including the sacrifice of a slave girl who volunteered to accompany her master to the afterlife. While shocking to modern sensibilities, such practices reflected Viking beliefs about loyalty and honor. Modern archaeological techniques have revealed that Viking burial practices were more diverse and complex than previously understood. Recent discoveries show regional variations and evolving customs that reflect the dynamic nature of Viking society over several centuries. Thank you for joining us for this exploration of Viking burial traditions. Tomorrow, we'll be back with our Economic Milestones episode where we'll be examining the establishment of the first stock exchange in Amsterdam and its impact on modern capitalism. If you enjoyed this journey through history, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. We'd love to hear your thoughts on how Viking burial practices reflected their cultural values and beliefs. Until next time, I'm your guide for History Explained, where we believe that understanding yesterday is the key to navigating tomorrow.